Hello, everyone. I'm still at iFX EXPO Dubai. I'm now joined by Oksana Remez, the lawful head of institutional business. Fantastic. At Advanced Markets. I think Advanced Markets is the brand that needs no introduction. But for those of you who still are not familiar with the brand, Oksana, could you please tell us a little bit of what you do at Advanced Markets?
So I obviously had the institutional business. We have the offices around the globe. We are an American company with the FCA license, so we actually still have a few people and the headquarters in the US. But then we also have the main office in the UK, in London, and we have the offices in Limassol, Cyprus, and then it's Asia. But then a few places where we have the salespeople located. But Advanced Markets, it's a very traditional, I must say, broker that has been around for 20 years. And this year is actually marking for us a big achievement because we are celebrating a 20th anniversary.
Wow.
So it's, I think, like, given our industry, the market impacts, there is not that many.
There's not a lot of brokers who can say that.
I can say that, so I'm actually very proud to mention that we've been on the market and as a trusted partner for 20 years. Essentially, as I said, Advanced Markets is a very traditional broker, so we still have our PBs, we still aggregate the pricing from the brokers, non-brokers, banks, ECNs. So we are a multi-asset broker, but we are trying to differentiate how we service the client with our solutions. So one of our solutions is obviously going directly through agency PB solution, then the regular margin, I guess, that everybody is used to. And now we're also introducing some risk solution where we are able to allow clients to actually have a bit of a more of a, let's say, return on their flow. But in essence, how can I summarize it all? I would say Advanced Markets is a customized hub for any liquidities that you need. So you can literally get, if you need the banking liquidity, that is actually quite expensive right now. Somebody, yes, really, many people are interested in that. But anyways, there are still people interested going through the PB. So we can customize that, or we can give an access to our own market-made liquidity or the liquidity of other clients, other liquidity providers out there. So that's, in few words, about Advanced Markets.
Fantastic. I mean, and as you said, there's not a lot of brokers who could say, look, I've been around for 20 years and that we also have banks as BBs, because I think there's only a few left that can actually say that. So for Advanced Markets, obviously, you've grown your institutional footprint. Honestly, Advanced has been around for as long as I've been in this industry. What's your strategic vision for the business coming into 2026?
So for the 2026, we actually, my strategic vision as the obviously global head of sales is to expand and grow the markets. As I mentioned, where our locations are is actually not Dubai, so that would be my primary focus.
Okay.
To have the representatives, have the support team in the region. I don't just want to say and generalize Dubai, UAE, but I think the region has a massive potential. So that would be as one of my key metrics, right, that I would like to achieve. There's another strategic vision would be for us to grow the clientele.
Of course, that's always
I guess it's a given, I guess. So it's and as for my team, right? So I'm in business development, but as for my team, and we work very closely with risk, with liquidity. We want still to deepen our liquidity. We want our risk management solutions to be very robust, given the past events, and our solutions to be applicable and good for any customer, because I think we are catering. Right now, we're seeing the clients wanting 500 to 1 in zero leverage. It won't be really possible, but we want to cater to more of let's say, entry-level institutional clients, because that's where advanced markets lacked that before. We didn't really cater for those clientele, but now we are changing that. So that will be our focus, deepen the liquidity for the mid-sized brokers and continue doing what
That's your risk product, the what it's
Yes.
called. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's more for startups that are looking to share the responsibility on the risk taking, as far as I understand.
If I can be very direct, like right now, the ask from the market is very competitive, to say the least, but I would say very impossible to deliver if you are a simple agency broker. So you actually have to go ahead with the risk management to be able to deliver what the market wants. So I guess that's the
It still baffles me. It still baffles me every day, the disconnect between what the retail trader is expecting and what is actually available.
Yeah.
And then
And what the institutional brokers are paid, asked to be paid at the banks or let's say the EXPO. So it's I mean, like if we speak about the spreads, if we speak about the NOPs, the leverage is very, very different. But I guess that's where we are. So yeah, we have to engineer the pricing.
Fantastic. Well, that sounds very exciting. I mean, the hottest topic right now is obviously gold and silver and commodities, and it often behaves like a currency risk off cycles. So are you seeing your institutional clients using it more as a macro long-term hedge, or is it more of like short-term speculative trading instrument for your clients?
So I would say it's a blended approach, or let's say a blended trading. I mean, we should probably speak about the different institutional clients, right? Yeah, because there are the institutional clients that pass over you the retail flow that they get. So obviously there we see more of a intraday. So the volatility actually sparked that intraday trading.
Yeah.
So we saw more of a short-term trading, and sometimes successful, sometimes not. But that's what's happening. And there are another type of the institutional clientele that actually still on the macro level, they still see gold, silver, metals as a, I don't want to say as a safe haven, but they still see them as the perfect hedging instrument against, or not against, but during the volatile times with the currencies and the rest. So yeah, I can't say it's only that or the other because it really depends on the customers. But what we've noticed, there was a huge spike in trading of silver, and then also palladium and copper. So I think maybe when the customers kind of like got
Depleted the liquidity.
in gold and silver, then they kind of like started looking at the other metals. So I guess that's the. I'm not sure if it's the trend for the others. If you've probably spoken to more people that I did.
No, I mean, we can definitely see the trend is in metals, and that's like 89% of all trading volume right now. So it's very asset class centric and not as it used to be when when the portfolio would be across many asset classes.
Yeah, which is good and bad thing,
which is the reality today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I have one more question for you. If there is one advice you could give to your clients or potential clients for 2026, what would it be?
Hedge your risks.
And you know where to hedge.
And know where to hedge. And know where to hedge. I mean, obviously, from one perspective, yes, I'm in business development, but also, I guess how the metals were behaving, the companies that did well, I don't want to say survive, but that did well, they had a very constructive, very hands-on risk adverse probably management, where they would hedge off their risks. So I would suggest doing that because we never really know where the market would go and what market news will come out, and the volatility is going to be there again. So
better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to see you again. Likewise.